Good morning, girls. We'll continue with the chapter lines and angles. Till yesterday, I have finished with the parallel lines and the transversal, the properties of the angles which are formed by the parallel lines and the transversal, like corresponding angle property, alternate interior angles property, co-interior angles property, then what are alternate exterior angles, and related to this we have, I also told you that there are some axioms given in the book. You mark them and learn these properties, right? One last property which was left was, if one line is parallel to another line, that is, like if I say this is a line A and this is a line B, right? Now A is parallel to B, right? Now if one line is parallel to another line, similarly I draw one more line, that is line C, and I write B is parallel to C or C is parallel to B. Now we can say that when we combine these two, A is parallel to B, B is parallel to C, so therefore I can write A is parallel to C, right? This means that if we can say that lines which are parallel to the same given line are parallel to each other. Okay, so I write lines parallel to the same given line are parallel to each other. Okay, so this is the explanation, that if A is parallel to B and B is parallel to C, therefore we can say that A is parallel to C or C is parallel to A. Okay, now I will begin with the exercise 6.2. 6.2, question number 1. In this figure, you can see the diagram here. AB is parallel to, no, AB is not parallel to CD. It's given that AB is a line, right, and CD is also a line. No, not a line, it's a ray, right? This side we can't see any arrow. Okay, we have two lines here, AB and CD, intersected by a transversal, that is, the name is not given, so let us name it as T if we want, right? Now this angle is given to us as X, the other angle is 50 degree, this is Y and this is 130 degree. We have to prove that AB is parallel to CD. Okay, these lines are given, but it is not given that they are parallel to each other. Okay, so let us solve this question. We have two lines AB, and this is CD, right? Then there's a transversal T. This angle is X, this angle is 50, right? Now here this angle is 130 degree and this is Y. We have to find, first we'll find X and Y. I think then only we'll be able to prove that AB is parallel to CD. Okay, these are unknown angles. Let us begin with this side. Now 50 plus X forms a linear pair, right? So I will write 50 plus X is equal to 180 degree, forming a linear pair. Girls, please learn the properties, then only you will understand the question well. X will be equal to 180 minus 50 and that will be equal to 130 degree, right? So we can write here 130. 130 degree. Now when I look at this side, you can say that 130 and Y are what? Vertically opposite angles. Y is equal to 130 degree because they are vertically opposite angles. And what is the property of vertically opposite angles? When two lines intersect each other, the vertically opposite angles formed are equal in measure. Now as you can see the diagram, when I look at X and Y, here Y I get 130. When I look at x and y, we say that these are alternate interior angles. When you had studied this property in class 7th, you know that alternate interior angles form a Z, right? So this is 130. Similarly, this is also 130, and they form an alternate interior angles pair, and therefore we can write here uh, but you write but x is equal to y. The reason is alternate interior angles, right? Now, as I told you yesterday that when the alternate interior angles are equal, the lines will be parallel. So you will write when two lines are cut by a transversal such that the alternate interior angles are equal, then the lines are parallel. Therefore we can write AB is parallel to CD. Okay, now x is equal to y because both are 130, and since they are alternate interior angles, and we will write the property that when two lines are cut by a transversal, since the alternate interior angles formed are equal, then the lines are parallel, and therefore we write AB is parallel to CD, and in the end we write hence proved. Okay, so you can solve this question in the notebook, go through the explanation, you will understand. Okay, now coming to question number 2. Coming to question number 2, exercise 6.2. Yeah, look here. 6.29, the figure 6.29, you can see that there are three lines, and these three lines are parallel to each other. So look at the values which are angles which are unknown, x, y, and here z, right? Here x, y, and z. You have to find the value of x. Okay, now the ratio of the angles y is to z is given as 3:7. Okay, so let's draw the figure and begin the question. X, that means here we have x. Okay, there are three lines AB, AB, CD, and EF, right? This is a transversal, this is x, this is y, and this is z. Okay, now we have to find what it is given that y is to z is equal to 3:7. Now let us take, I will take, let y be 3a and z be 3a, not 3a, sorry, 7a. You know, I cannot take it as 3x and 7x because already I have x here, so this will create confusion. So to avoid the confusion, I take here any unknown or any letter. I told you that always if there is a ratio, we convert it into a multiple of x or a multiple of any other letter. Here we can't take x, so I take here a, right? Now I will make up some equations. I will suppose this angle to be angle 1. Okay, now why I have taken this? We will check out. Beginning with x and y, you know that AB is parallel to what? CD. Now when the lines are parallel, these angles are co-interior angles. Okay, when co-interior angles are supplementary, the lines are parallel, or we can say when the lines are parallel, co-interior angles are supplementary. So here we apply the parallel lines property. We will write x plus y is equal to 180 degree, and the reason will be co-interior angles, and why? Because co-interior angles are supplementary because lines are parallel. This is equation 1. I will leave it here. Now y and yes. Now I will take y. Now you also know that we are getting equations, so I name it as 1. Now you know that CD is parallel to EF. So therefore y will be angle 1, right? Why angle 1? Because they are corresponding angles. So I will take corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. So this is another equation. All these equations we will set together and we'll find the answer. Now look at the diagram again. 1 plus z forms a linear pair. So again I will get one more equation. Angle 1 plus z equals to how much? 180 degree, forming what? A linear pair, right? Now let's see how we can arrange them. We will write yes. From this equation y is equal to 1, I can substitute y here and get the answer for a, right? Now we will write, for y I will write y plus z is equal to 180 degree, y is 3a, z is 7a equals to 180 degree, then 10a is equal to 180, a will be equal to 18, right? This is the value of a. Now what is the value of y? Y is equal to 3 into 18, right? 3 into 18. If you multiply 3 into 18, what do you get? 18 3s are 54 degree. Similarly, if you want z, we will get z by multiplying 7 into 18. 8 7s are 56. Then 7 ones are 7 and 5 12. So this I get 126 degree. This I get 54 degree. But actually we want what? X. And we have taken the equation that x plus y. Let us take it here back. Here I have taken x plus y is equal to 180 degree because they are co-interior angles. So I will write x is equal to 180 minus y. X is equal to 180 minus what? 54 degree. So therefore x is equal to 10 minus 4 will give you 6 and therefore 126 degree. Okay. So this is our final answer. So I hope it is clear to you that we take the different combinations of the angles according to the property we choose. Here I take co-interior angles, here I take corresponding angle property, and here I take linear pair. Then I combine these equations in such a way that I get the answers for y and z, and then I get the answer for or the value of x. Okay, so go through the question explanation. Maybe you have one more method for this, so that will also be correct. If you have any doubt, you can ask me on this. Right? Now this completes your question number 2. X is 126 degree, y is 54, and z is equal to how much? 126 degree. So this completes your question number 2. Now coming to question number 3. In question 3 also you can see that the diagram is given. AB is parallel to CD, right? Now AB is parallel to CD. EF is perpendicular to CD. Angle GED, where is GED? GED, that means this whole angle is how much? 126 degree. You have to find AGE, this one. If I want, I can name it as 1, right? GEF, where is GEF? GEF. If I want this, I can name it as 2 for our convenience, as I told you before also. And FGE, I name it as 3. Okay. Now, first I'll explain you and then we will solve. See, this whole angle from here to here is 126 degree, and this angle has two parts. One is the total is 126 degree. Angle FED is 90 degree. So to get angle 2, we will subtract 126 and 90, we will get angle 2. Okay. Now, when we get angle 2, we will now check. Now this is a parallel line. Yeah, this is a parallel line and this is a transversal. This is also a transversal. This is also a transversal. So we can do something here also. Now if I want, we can take this angle also. Which one? This. We take this angle as angle 4. You know why? because 126 and angle 4 will form a linear pair. Okay, when we proceed with the linear pair, I will get the answer for 4. When I get angle 4, I can find angle 1 by co-interior angle property. Okay, then I can find 3. I can also find 2 by which by yeah, total is 180, this part is 90, this part we will get, and the remaining also we can, remaining though we have taken out, remaining we have taken out by subtracting from 126. So I hope you understood. You can check out yourself once again. 126 is the complete angle over here. Out of 126, this is one part 90 degrees, so you subtract from this, you will get the value of angle 2, right? Now when I come to angle 4, 126 and angle 4 forms a what? Linear pair. So you can find angle 4. When you get angle 4, you can find angle 1 with co-interior angle property. Similarly, you can find angle 1 and 3 with linear pair. So you all try this question, and if you have a doubt you can ask me. Okay, then in my next video, that is tomorrow, I will continue with these questions 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so you try question number 3. Whatever explanation I have given, you follow those instructions, and if you cannot get the answers, you can ask me. Okay, thank you and have a nice day.